Welcome to Books in Sum, your go-to for bite-sized book summaries.
The Four Loves by C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis is best known for his children's book The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. He was a close friend of author J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote The Lord of the Rings. Tolkien's faith inspired Lewis to renew his relationship with God after he'd abandoned Christianity in his teens. Lewis used writing as a way to meditate on and explore different aspects of Christianity. One subject that fascinated him was love. He discovered that different types of love can be categorized into two distinct groups according to what motivates them. Gift love is generous, boundless, and self-renewing, and is what inspires people to care for the people that are important to them without expecting anything in return. Lewis called need love the second classification of love, which arises from a place of lack or longing. It can be greedy, desperate, and demanding, or motivated by fear. Need loves play an important role in our relationships with others and in our relationship with God, as they motivate us to seek each other out when we're in need of comfort or advice. They also stop us from drifting through the world, disconnected from each other and any source of knowledge, creating a foundation that gift loves can then sit on. When we meditate on how different types of love evolve, we can start to trace how they often grow into divine love, ultimately inviting divine love into our hearts. There are four distinct types of love. Affection is the most common type of love, and it doesn't discriminate in the way that other loves do. Familiarity is the basis of affection, and it grows between people who see each other regularly. It is often the earliest form of love we know when we're babies and relying on our parents for survival. Animals of different species can feel it for each other, and most of us have squealed with joy over YouTube clips of chickens snuggling up to their dog butt. Affection is a type of love that brings together people who wouldn't otherwise be close. It is important not to view affection as a lesser type of love, as it doesn't discriminate the way friendships and romantic relationships do. It is like a magnet that attracts like-minded people, and it requires kindness, patience, and ongoing nurturing. Friendship is similar to affection, but it is more than just companionship. It is a journey of some kind, with friends supporting each other on this journey. Friendship is a gift-love relationship that is driven by a shared passion. It doesn't involve sexual need, and it frees us from the labels that other types of love stick on us. This means that when we're with our true friends, we can shake off other labels and become who we are. This brings out the best in us, and with them at our sides, we can become truer and truer to ourselves. However, there's a fly in this otherwise fabulous ointment. When we're surrounded by like-minded people, we run the risk of living in an echo chamber, where our views are constantly affirmed by people who think the same way as us. The most important details in this book are that affection is an important way to temper the side effects of friendship, and that romantic love teaches us how to love God. When Lewis started meditating on the third love, romantic love or Eros, he needed to think about sex as well. He believed that British society and the church took sex far too seriously, and that it was more likely to be the minutiae of married life than sex itself that stood in the way of prayer. He decided to set aside purely sexual relationships from his study, not on a moral basis, but because his goal was to examine love. Lewis described the act of falling in love as becoming completely and delightfully preoccupied with another person, which is anchored in the gift-love category. He saw Eros as the reason that people stayed together through tough and miserable times, but this doesn't necessarily lead to happiness. Eros has the power to drive us to do terrible things, such as murder. But paradoxically, it also offers us a way to grow closer to God by loving God with the same devotion and abandon that we do our beloved when we're falling in love. The fourth love, charity, is divine love working inside us, but it has the potential to go sour due to the randomness and familiarity of affection. Friendship can turn into an echo chamber, and friendship can become an echo chamber. Eros is a powerful force that drives people to murder in its name, but it is not a spiritual state like poetry, music, and TV shows often try to sell us. We can recommit ourselves again and again to loving God, knowing that He will never turn His back on us. Lewis's fourth love is charity, which is the purest form of gift love. It is the kind of love that is based in generosity and motivates us to care about people who aren't actually very lovable. Charity is also what helps us love the people in our lives when they're behaving badly, such as when a child is throwing a huge tantrum in the middle of a mall. Charity is the love that's given to us when we're unlovable, and this makes it the love that we all need most. However, most of us crave a different type of love, such as being loved because we're attractive or brilliant or talented. To stop this, we must hold on to God's divine love and actively nurture all our relationships, no matter what type of love they are. The most important details in this book are that we can be loved in spite of our unlovable characteristics, and that God's divine love is what makes this possible. We can also choose to infuse our other loves with charity, such as sharing a joke with an acquaintance, playing a game with our kids, and making love in the truest sense to our partner. When we console or forgive others, we invite charity into our hearts and deepen our connection with God by manifesting Him in the way we love. C.S. Lewis explored the different types of love and how they can help us foster our relationship with God. He argued that all forms of love have worth because they are an opportunity to offer charity to others, and when we do this, we become a conduit for the greatest love, the divine love of God.
We hope you found this summary helpful in your listening journey. If you're interested in diving deeper into the topic or getting your hands on the whole book, be sure to check the description below where we've included links to the book and other related products that may be useful to you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on our latest book summaries, and feel free to leave a comment with any suggestions or requests for books you'd like us to cover. Thanks again for tuning in, and happy listening.